I've been making videos for YouTube for a couple of months now, and one question I noticed that I get quite a bit is how do I film my videos? Especially how do I film the POV shots when I'm riding my bike? So I thought I'd make a video to talk about it and hopefully answer some of your questions. In this video, I'm going to talk about two things: how I film my videos and how I edit them. I really want to be consistent here on YouTube with these weekly videos, but as I'm also someone who works full-time, I've really tried to develop a process that is simple, effective, and efficient so that I don't get burnt out and allows me to keep making videos on here for you guys. So grab a coffee, pull up a chair, and let's chat. The first thing you're going to need when starting a YouTube channel is a camera. Now, you definitely don't need to go out and buy a camera for this. Most of you already have a camera with you that you carry at all times, your phone. Personally, I have an iPhone 15, which I use to film all of my B-roll shots and basically any shot when I'm not on my bike. And I'm even using it right now to film this video. Filming on an iPhone is easy and convenient, but one downside I would say is the quality of the selfie camera. iPhone's front-facing cameras are often not the best quality, or they're definitely of a lesser quality than the rear-facing camera, which can be a bit hard when you're trying to film a vlog-style video because you can't see yourself in the frame to make sure that it's set up right. So personally, I tend to only film with the rear-facing camera. A quick tip though is that if you do have an Apple Watch, you can use that to start and stop recording as well as checking the frame, but it does have a little bit of a lag to it. When filming, I mostly just have my phone attached to a super basic tripod that I got for around $30. So filming on your phone is definitely a great option and means that you don't have to go out and buy a whole new camera, especially if you're unsure whether this is something that you even want to commit to. Now, if you're looking at getting some POV style shots in your video, like the ones when I'm riding on my bike, then an action camera is going to be your best bet. For my bike vlogs, I use the DJI Action 3. Now, there are a few newer models out of this camera, but personally I didn't want to cough up $500 up front when I wasn't even sure if this was something that I was going to commit to. So instead I bought a secondhand one for around 200 Australian dollars. This is a great compact camera that can really get some good quality shots for a great price. I opted for DJI over other brands like GoPro or Insta360. Mostly just because I already had the DJI microphone and I like the option of easy compatibility. I also like that it uses external storage, so I don't have to worry about running out of space when I'm out and filming. I can just pop in another SD card if one gets full. And this camera also charges via USB-C, so if I'm out and about and the battery runs low, I can just plug it into my portable charger and it charges back up in about half an hour and then I'm good to go. One of the great features that I find as well with this camera is that it lets you record from off mode, meaning you just click this button on the top here even when it's off and it will start recording straight away. And the same applies when you just click it again, it turns right off. And this is a great feature when you're out and about and you want to save some battery life. For the actual filming part, I mount the camera to my chest using this DJI chest strap mount. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit cumbersome, but it does create really stable footage so that I can just press record and know I'm not gonna have shaky videos. I do find that sometimes though the camera does tilt a bit sideways, but that's just because the strap's misaligned. It's super secure in its actual attachment point. The camera also has this magnetic locking system to the attachment point, which means that it can easily attach and detach when riding, and you don't really have to stop and pull over. Again, just another time saver. One downfall of the chest strap mount is that it can be a little bit annoying when you have to take a layer off or put one on when you're riding, as you need to remove the whole strap and then put it back on again. DJI do sell neck mounts, which I am thinking of getting just to make it a little bit easier, but I am curious to see if this will affect the image stability, so stay tuned. I normally try and film these clips on the weekend so that I can edit throughout the week and then hopefully upload the following weekend. Sometimes I do film bike videos from my way to or from work, but I feel like I've already done quite a few of this same route. So I'm really trying not to film my actual commute that much anymore, just to, I guess, add a bit of variety to my videos and to show some new areas of Melbourne. It definitely can be quite time consuming and draining, especially because I do work full time. I find that filming is actually sometimes the hardest part of making these videos. Just because I'm often trying to make sure that I find enough things that are interesting and visually appealing, often pulling over, taking some B-roll shots, and just making sure overall that I get enough footage to make an actual video. Of course, I could just wear my camera, press play, and we're good to go. But I do like to challenge myself to make sure that I get some really nice shots. Once I finish filming the video, I normally just take all of the footage and dump it into a time-stamped folder on my computer, just so I don't have to shuffle through all the files and try and find the right clip later. To edit my videos, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I know there are a lot of good editing softwares out there like DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro, but personally, I've just been using the Adobe suite for years, since around 2014 when I was studying architecture, and so I just feel more comfortable and familiar with the interface and tools. That being said, I am by no means at all a professional at these products. Pretty much every time I'm making a video, I'm often looking up tutorials on how to do X or how to make Y happen, especially as Premiere Pro is actually a new product for me this year in the Adobe suite, and so I'm quite unfamiliar with it. So this is definitely not an expert video, just a little video on how I currently use it as a beginner video editor. To get started, I normally just dump all of my videos over here in this project tab. This way I've got everything I need right where I need it. Next, I drag all of my clips I'm going to use into the timeline in chronological order. After this, I simply just rough cut the clips down to make the file a bit more manageable. At this stage, I also go through and color grade my video. I say color grade with quotes though, as I just use the auto adjust feature with inbuilt Lumetri color. I find it just helps bring the videos a little bit more to life with one easy click. Before going any further with editing, at this point I like to add in some music, just to make sure that the final cut of the edit of the videos is sort of in beat with the rhythm of the song. To find music for my videos, I use Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound just have a great variety of royalty-free music and sound effects that is really easy to search through, user-friendly, and even has suggested audio for my channel. None of this is sponsored, by the way, I just really like these products. I also just try to stick with 1 or 2 songs for my videos. This is mostly just to cut down on editing time and just to make the whole process a bit more simple. It also helps, I find, to add some consistency throughout my clip and I guess tell a bit more of a story. So after I've chosen the song, I then just simply download the song and drag it straight into the start of my clip. The first 30 seconds of your video are really important in grabbing the viewer's attention, so I always try to spend a bit of time cutting the music to the beat here so that hopefully people are intrigued enough to not click away. Once I have a rough cut of my video, I get ready to record my voiceovers. When filming, some people do just like to have talking points. But for me, I actually just have to write out word for word so that I can make sure that the message that I'm trying to convey is logical, clear, and has a consistent flow to it. If you watch any video on how to edit and film a YouTube video, they will often tell you that audio is more important than the footage. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy a fancy microphone. There are some great ones that you can get out there for under $100. But having a good microphone will definitely level up the quality of your video. But this is not an audio channel, so go and look up videos on what is the best microphone to use. I'm just going to talk about the one that I use for my videos. I use the DJI Mini mic because it is a small, compact little microphone, making it really comfortable and easy to wear, and you barely notice it. It also has this magnetic attachment so that I can attach it under my clothes or clip it onto my collar so that I don't have to hold it while I'm talking. You can also plug it straight into your phone or computer. For whatever reason though, I prefer to record straight into my phone rather than my laptop. I just prefer this method because whilst you can record straight into Premiere Pro, if the software was to crash, I would lose that audio file. Whereas if I record straight into my phone and then send it to my computer, I've got a backup copy for if I need. Unlike some other YouTubers, I prefer to just record my audio in as long of a clip as possible, which I then drag into Premiere Pro and then edit and cut. I find this a lot easier than having lots of little files that I have to continuously find and make sure they're in the right order. But to each their own, they both work fine as a process. So finally, once I have my audio finished, I make any final cuts or edits. I then add in a sound effects, text overlay, or graphic effects, and the video is good to go. Finally, export time. I have a preset saved into Premiere Pro, so I don't really need to worry about making sure that my file is YouTube ready. I actually found these export settings from a video online, which I will link here, a video by Matt Johnson, which was just super helpful in making sure that you are exporting your video to the highest quality that YouTube allows, and that it's not compressed in any way. Now, there are so many variables that come with making YouTube videos, and I'm sure some of you are watching this saying, that is absolutely not the right way to do something, or that's not how I do it, whatever it be. This is just how I found that it works for me the best. That'll change in the future, I'm sure, but this way I'm just able to get out good videos consistently without burning myself out. Thanks again so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more. See ya!